again for another top 20. So for today we're going to be reading 20 Pokemon that are basically real animals. This one's going to be a very cliche one, so I apologize, but I just thought it was very funny because I'm curious to see what this article says. So yeah, let's just get right into it. For more than 20 years, the Pokemon franchise has introduced countless iconic Pokemon. While every generation has its ups and downs, the franchise has done a remarkable good job at creating memorable Pokemon during its long life. Considering there are currently over 1,000 different types of Pokemon, some are inevitably more noteworthy than others. Designs and the origins of many Pokemon are influenced by mythology, resulting in impressively unique creatures. Many others, however, drawn from real-world aspects, especially animals. Sometimes this results in a fun twist on a recognizable creature, but other times animal-based Pokemon ends up just looking like its real-life counterpart. Clear update, Aurel. Anyways, number 20. Lechonk is a lovable swine. Lechonk is a great early game Pokemon because it possesses a few decent attacks, and it soaks up a surprising amount of damage as time goes on. Lechonk's most striking features is its pink snout and a teardrop-like growth under its eye. With the exception of the teardrops, Lechonk looks almost like a black swine. This type of pig was bred and domesticated in Britain like its Pokemon counterpart. The majority of its body is black, and like Lechonk, these pigs are docile and robust, and they are great foragers. Number 19. Flamingo might as well have been called Flamingo. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet had introduced a new type of flying fighting Pokemon called Flamingo, and like its name suggested, it's a splitting image of a flamingo. This Pokemon is mainly pink and it possesses a round body with wings, thin legs, and a curved black beak. All the traits are shared with the flamingo, which can be found in parts of Africa and South Africa. They are known for standing on one leg while its others tucked beneath their body, and they spend a great deal of time in or around water, and they are very capable flyers. Number 18. Espathra is basically a colorful ostrich. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has introduced some well-designed Pokemon, and Espathra has a simple yet colorful design in which sets it apart from its real-life counterpart. This Psychic-type Pokemon looks like an ostrich, but it possesses colorful frills on its head and wings, which gives it a regal appearance. Ostriches are large flightless birds primarily found in Africa, and they are the heaviest birds in the world. Both Espathra and the ostrich have long, powerful legs, but Espathra can run at speeds greater than 120 miles per hour, while the ostrich's top speed is around 70 miles per hour. Number 17. Wooper was inspired by the axolotl. Wooper was introduced in Pokemon Second Generation, and it's an amphibious water-ground type Pokemon that traditionally evolves into a Quagsire. Compared to the rest of its body, Wooper's head is quite large and branch-like gills protrude from it. Wooper is basically an armless axolotl, which also has external gills. They can be found in specific lakes in the Valley of Mexico and are far more aquatic than other salamander species. Wooper may not be that intelligent, but it always seems to have a smile on its face, much like the axolotl. I fucking love axolotls, I don't know why. Number 16. Arbok is literally Cobra. Arbok was introduced in the first generation, and it's had its fair bit of screen time in the anime because of the main Pokemon used by Jessie of Team Rocket. This poison-type serpent is based on the cobra, which is known for rearing up and flattening its neck. All cobras use venom while hunting, but they can also shoot out as a defense mechanism by aiming for another animal's eyes. Unlike the cobra, Arbok can crush an enemy by coiling around them, and its muscles are stronger enough to flatten steel drums. Also, literally, Arbok spelled backward is literally Cobra with a K. Number 15. Toucannon is just a toucan. Toucannon was the first introduced in Pokemon Sun and Moon and its final evolution of Pikipek. This bird Pokemon is also featured in the anime adaptation Pokemon Sun and Moon in the episode First Catch in Alola Ketchum style. Pikipek is the Pokemon's first form and based of a woodpecker and looks nothing like a toucan. However, the creators clearly decided the model of Toucannon after an adult toucan barely even changing its name. Fortunately, real toucans can't fire seeds at high velocities or heat their beaks up to a temperature of 212 degrees. Number 14. Mantine references symbolic relationships. Mantine, as its name suggested, is designed to resemble the manta ray, a massive and incredibly intelligent fish known for leaping out of the water and flying through the air. To evolve from Mantike, a Mantine must share the party with a Remoraid, which is incorporated into its evolved design. Remoraid is based on the Remora, a type of fish that travels with larger animals and feeds on their parasites and dead skin. Wow, so it's kind of like a skincare routine. Mantine's got a skincare routine of a fucking Remoraid that just eats its dead skin. That's fucking hilarious. Number 13, Drowsy is based on the story about the tapirs. The Psychic-type Pokemon Drowsy, first introduced in Pokemon Red and Blue, was actually based on the Malayan tapir. These mammals weigh up to 500 pounds and are most commonly found in Southeast Asia. While there are many types of tapirs in both Southeast Asia and South America, the Malayan tapir shared Drowsy's two-tone color scheme, and the tapir's mythological counterpart, the Baku, was said to eat bad dreams and is the origin of Drowsy's dream-based abilities. Number 12. Double is only barely exaggerated. While most sheep and goats have their single pair of horns, several breeds have the doubled pairs that double also carries. These include the Scottish Hebridean sheep and the British Jacob sheep. Like many animal Pokemon, Double's enormous coat is clearly somewhat of the over the top, but the real sheep can grow truly massive amounts of fleece. Real Jacob sheep often shed the fleece around their neck and shoulders in the spring, but Double seems to prefer to keep its full coat for the protection during Pokemon battles. Cute. Number 11. Psyduck is as mysterious as the platypus. Pokemon fans have fallen in love with Psychic's erratic behavior throughout the series. The fan-favorite Pokemon was even featured in a live-action Detective Pikachu movie. As it turns out, Psyduck's name is a bit misleading, as the Pokemon isn't actually a duck, nor was it inspired by one. Psyduck's appearance was modeled after the platypus, which are nearly as anemic as Psyducks itself. Platypus are one of the few mammals in the world that lay eggs, and like Psyduck, they spend most of their time in or around water as well, though they are notably less prone to debilitating headaches. Number 10. Sharpedo is the quintessential shark. Some Pokemon based on animals don't need to be based on any specific species to be clear for their inspiration, as implied by its name. Sharpedo is based on a shark, but not necessarily on any particular variety. While there are over 400 species of sharks spread across 8 different orders, the most iconic is the lamniforms. Sharpedo looks like the head of a great white or mako shark swimming along by itself, making great use of these creatures' immediately recognizable silhouettes. Number 9. Sandshrews most resemble the Sunda pangolin. Pokemon fans have a difficulty agreeing on what real-life animal served as the inspiration for Sandshrew, but the general consensus is that the ground-type Pokemon was based on the Sunda pangolin. The Sunda pangolin, another mammal found in Southeast Asia, is characterized by its prominent claws which is used for digging like Sandshrew. Fans have also theorized that Sandshrew is based on an armadillo, though the digging habits and general appearance of the Sunda pangolin bear a much closer resemblance. Pangolins, like Sandshrew, can't even roll 2 and ball to protect themselves. Fucking love Sandshrew. Number 8. Ursaring is a brown bear. Ursaring, the evolved form of Teddiursa, was first introduced in the second generation Pokemon games, Gold and Silver, while its Hisuian evolution Ursaluna makes it a bit more fantastical by adding a ground typing. Ursaring mostly just looks like a Northern American brown bear. And like brown bears, Ursarings are incredibly protective of their young, and violently so if necessary. Ursaluna's ability to sniff out hidden treasures is a great reflection of the brown bear's incredible sense of smell. And a brown bear's sense of smell is 2,100 times better than that of a human, and 7 times better than that of the bloodhound. Number 7. Chatot is more powerful than a real yellow-collared lovebird. Chatot is a flying-type Pokemon able to mimic human speech. First introduced in the 4th generation Pokemon games, Chatot has also made several appearances in the anime. Though Chatot has a unique physical appearance based on the musical tone, the avian Pokemon is heavily inspired by the yellow-collared lovebird. The similarities in their coloring is perhaps the most easily identifiable commonality between the two. While lovebirds can't produce explosive sound waves in the same way that Chatot can, they are known for making a sharp, chattering call. Number 6. Squilvet is a more normal-looking Pokemon than its evolution. While the whole Squilvet line is somewhat cartoonish, Gradient really pushes beyond the realm of reality into full-on stylized. Squilvet itself, however, closely resembles a rather mundane gray squirrel. While these creatures are native to North America, they are highly invasive species in the UK, where Galar is based on. Squilvet's shiny form is more of a red than gray, and potentially a reference to the red squirrels native to Europe and Asia. Shiny Pokemon are quite rare, suggesting that Galar's red squirrels are losing the competition with the gray ones. Number 5. Caterpie is an eastern tiger swallowtail, right down to the horn. Caterpie is one of the most memorable Pokemon in the franchise, and it's one of the first creatures players can catch in Pokemon Red and Blue. Caterpie also plays a big part in the first season of the Pokemon anime adaptation. Since Caterpie is literally a caterpillar in both names and appearance, it's no surprise that it's based on a real-life insect. Caterpie was actually based on a specific type of caterpillar found in North America called the eastern tiger swallowtail. Between the large eyes and protruding horn that the resembles is undeniable. Number 4. Fennekin vents heat from its ears like the fennec fox. Fennekin is an adorable fire-type Pokemon first introduced in the Pokemon X and Y video games. Its name Fennekin is a dead giveaway to the animal it's clearly based on, which is the fennec fox. Just as adorable as their Pokemon counterparts, fennec foxes are native to the Sahara Desert, which undoubtedly inspire Fennekin's fire-based abilities. Both creatures have distinctly large ears, which also loosely share a similar function. Fennec foxes use their ears to stay cool in the desert, and Fennekins use theirs to vent hot air. Number 3. Rillaboom is an overgrown gorilla. In the final evolution of Generation 7's grass-type starter Grookey, or 8, one of those, I can't fucking do no Roman numerals. Grookey, Rillaboom is very obviously modeled after gorilla. Like all Gen 7 or 8 starters, it also has some anthropomorphic features which love of playing the drums, but its animal influence is hard to ignore. Gorillas famously drum on their chest to communicate status, so spinning that idea into more musical drumming is a fun choice. Rillaboom's name is also a reference to its origin, as Japanese Gorirander combines with the word gorilla and Japanese word randa, meaning battering. Number 2. Articuno is a black-throated magpie jay, though much less common. Articuno is one of those 3 legendary birds first introduced in Pokemon Red and Blue. Articuno's appearance was seemingly based on the black-throated magpie jay. This long-tailed bird is native to northern Mexico and has feathers on its head that closely resemble Articuno's. Fortunately, the magpie jay is much more common than the legendary Articuno. Articuno's Galarian form is harder to pin down, as it draws more inspiration from the masquerade fashion than it does from real life. That's actually really cool, honestly. And number 1, Pidove is nothing more but a pigeon. Perhaps one of the most obvious real animal Pokemon is Pidove. It not only is the name a giveaway of the bird that it's inspired by, but its appearance is almost identical to a pigeon. Pidove was first introduced in the 5th generation Pokemon games Black and White, and since Gen V games had took place in the region inspired by the United States, specifically New York City, it makes sense that they'd introduced a regional bird based on a species that can commonly be spotted in urban areas. Pidove quickly becomes more pheasants-like as it evolves, and its base form is just a pure pigeon. But yeah, let me know. That is basically it. Let me know what you think down in the comments and what other Pokemon you think are inspired by real life animals. This was just the top 20 that were on this list, but I hope you all enjoyed it anyways. If you're new to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit the bell so you're notified of videos which is every Wednesday. I love you guys, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.